Ryan cutting across the blue line, gets it at the top of the circle, and a shot! AJ Ryan starts at top right!
The wheel stunt Sally! The goal for the Lakers!
In the corner, but it's deflected off of Grimshaw, up to Simons. Simons looking back over Severin, Severin!
And you can hear this place to the south end of Alabama, Kyle. The Davis Rocket.
Awful quiet in here.
It is a little bit quiet.
A little strangely quiet.
Strangely quiet. You look great tonight.
You look great tonight. You look very
Look tropical.
festive. Tropical.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
tropical. Kenny,
Look like it's almost summer.
it almost is. We're almost there. But Kenny, I got one thing to ask you before we get into everything here.
Yeah.
How we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Kyle, but there's one thing that's on my mind that's making me a little sad. And this is the last ever Kenny and Kyle experience on any microphone anywhere in TOP, Kyle. This is it. The last one.
It's been a long run, man. I mean,
It has been.
a whole year.
We got plenty of time to get sad. Why don't we just get into
I was
it?
going to say, let's just get into the sports before we get all to the sad stuff. So let's jump right into the world of the NHL. The playoffs have been off to a red-hot start, with some teams pulling ahead of the competition right out of the gate. And one of those teams would be, well, unfortunately, Kenny's New York Rangers. The Rangers have a 3-0 lead over the Caps right now, going for the sweep and lead 2-1 in the game at the moment. Kenny, what have you seen out of the Rangers lately that have allowed them to be so dominant in this series?
I've seen the Rangers playing hockey. I
my
mean,
God,
everybody
that is
showed
such-
up
that
this
is such a
playoff series.
biased
Panarin
answer.
playing, Fox playing. Everybody's there and they're playing, and it's simple. It's really as simple as the difference last year was people just didn't show up when it came playoff time, and this year everybody showed up playoff time. Now you said earlier on, and I didn't forget, that the Rangers were first round exits.
I did
I
say
don't
they were
see a
first-round
reverse
exits.
sweep. The Rangers are up 2-1 going into the second period right now. I hate to tell you this, Kyle. Actually, I love to tell you this. You're wrong.
I hate you.
I know you do, but I'm
No,
right.
I mean, realistically, I got to give it to the Rangers. They're up 3-0. There's nothing I can say against them. I think really the big part that's helped them is, as much as I hate to say it, Matt Rempe. Because the reason that the Capitals were always so good in the playoffs and were able to do what they want was because they had Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson was a skilled player who was also, a Martian. Everybody hates him. He would go out and just hit people all over the ice, destroying them and getting in people's head. Now the Rangers have their own guy that's like 6'6" doing that, so it helps a little bit. But it's not the only game going on around the NHL, because history may be repeating itself because we move up the coast to another original six team. The Boston Bruins have run up a 3-1 series lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Kenny, this is a tale as old as time. The Bruins and Toronto met in round one many, many times, but in 2013, it was the Leafs up 3-1. Now, Boston holds the 3-1 lead. We've seen between these teams that choking a 3-1 lead is never out of the picture. So how do you see this one going down? Are the Bees taking it, or does Toronto have a chance?
Man, I hope they both lose. But, I mean, since they both can't lose, I think the Bruins are going to finish it out. They've always been the team to lose in the first round. They're just not a good playoff team. They haven't been for a long time. I don't see them getting in 3 straight wins against the Boston Bruins. I think they might be able to take 1, maybe 2, and bring it to a Game 7 at best. But I don't see a world where Toronto is getting out of this round. I think Boston is definitely moving on.
And this is coming from Austin Matthews off of a historic season, almost scored 70 goals in the regular season, 69 goals throughout the regular season. How does a guy go from being so hot the entire 82-game season, almost scoring a goal per game, and then just nothing?
I know the reason, because they're playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the playoffs, Kyle.
Haven't won since '67, and it's going to stay the same. No titles ever go to Toronto. Sorry, Seth, but baseball, hockey, doesn't matter. Toronto doesn't get titles at all. But now to a series that's a bit of a closer matchup. The Vancouver Canucks and the Nashville Predators are currently playing as we speak in a 2-1 series led by the Canucks. Thatcher Demko did go out with an injury this season and is currently listed as week to week. He's been a crucial part of the Canucks' success all season long. So how could this impact the swing of the series, Kenny?
I mean, he's critical, and it's kind of hard now to see them come up and try to pull off a victory in the playoffs without he's your anchor, really. So I don't know. This one, even with or without, could have gone either way. Me personally, I kind of want to see the Predators take this one. I would like to see the Nucks fall. So I'm pulling for the Preds, man. I'm going for Nashville here.
I'm all in on the Orcas, man. I gotta
That's
go
fair.
with the Orcas solely because I want 2013 again.
Yeah.
I want 2013
No, that's
again.
fair.
Boston, the Canucks Canucks lose, riot ensues in Vancouver. They flipping cars, everything. I mean, that was one of the funniest moments in hockey, in my personal opinion, just seeing an entire city collapse because of their hockey team choking a Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't hate the Canucks. I kind of like what they got going there. Quinn Hughes has done a great job with the team, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
I guess we will.
But the reigning champs in the Vegas Golden Knights also have a 2-1 lead over the Dallas Stars in a tight series that went into overtime last night before Vegas took it 3-2. There's been controversy with Vegas and how they slotted captain Mark Stone on the IR for the later half of the season to make moves at the trade deadline to secure talent before roster expansion of the playoffs. Stone returned just in time for the playoffs, and some NHL fans were not happy. Kenny, do you think that teams should be allowed to put players on the IR and then bring them back right as the playoffs start?
That's a tough one. That's a curveball I wasn't ready for. I don't know. That's a really tough question. I'm going to say, yeah, they should be allowed. I think, yeah, it gives them an advantage, but this is the playoffs, man. Everybody's 0-0. These are all new teams out there. And, I mean, these two teams are two of the teams that we could see running it all the way and lifting up the cup. I think it's fair game, in my opinion. I'm going to say yes, you should be allowed to.
I got to agree with you on that one, just because we've seen Tampa do it. I know. I don't agree with you very often. But we saw Tampa do this when Tampa had their run, when they were just going 3 Stanley Cups in a row, almost went 3 for 3 on it. What they would do is Nikita Kucherov or Steven Stamkos. They'd get hurt, slap them on the IR. They're able to go out and pick up talent because it's not taking up that roster spot. Next thing you know, roster expands for playoffs. You bring back this star player. Now you have a higher chance of going deeper into playoffs because you have more talent. Smart move. May not be ethical. Smart move, though, nonetheless.
There's not a lot of ethics in hockey. And you know, Kyle, one more thing just before we're done here. I love that we're not talking about the Penguins right now. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay, so on that note, we're going to toss it over to a break real quick. But when we come back, we'll dive into our reactions to this. Shut up, Kenny. This year's NFL draft. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Kenny and Kyle Experience.
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West 1st Street.
Yeah, we're walking around campus, and what do we see?
All these clubs are looking.
They're looking for me.
There's hockey,
There's improv,
so much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassments free. Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Now our lives are changing. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Now our lives are changing. Promises keep slipping. And I always knew it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Welcome back into the Kenny and Kyle Experience. I'm Kenny, and that guy over there, that's Kyle Spizak. And Kyle, what is one thing in this life that I love?
Football.
Football.
You
And that's
love
exactly
football.
what we're going to talk about. And you may have seen me and Kyle predict the draft just last Sunday alongside Ryan Joyce, Alex Brooks, and Zach Malamud. But safe to say, we were all pretty wrong. From no running backs taken in the first round, some interesting trades, and 6 quarterbacks taken in the top 12, it was wild to say the least. So Kyle and I, we chose our top 3 what the heck moments from the draft. Kyle, how about you start us off?
I mean, I got to go with right off the bat, probably the craziest thing that none of us expected. I mean, me and you were texting each other right off the bat.
Oh,
Michael
boy.
Penix to the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, they just went out and got Big Kirko. They just got Big Kirko off of Minnesota. They signed him to that big contract. And now they're going to bring in Michael Penix. I mean, the kid's a fantastic talent. I say kid as he's older than us. But fantastic talent. Just look at his stats. 65% completion, yards, touchdown. He was arguably the most accurate passer in college football last year. Kenny, I don't get why they would do that. I mean, he's a great talent. The play styles are nothing alike between him and Kirk.
I agree, and I get the difference in the play styles. The only thing is Atlanta did say they wouldn't care if he were to sit 4 or 5 years behind Kirk if they had to, and I don't think Kirk's going to last 4 or 5 more years. But I think it is good for him to develop behind a veteran quarterback. Maybe their play styles aren't exactly the same, but I think having that development behind a seasoned quarterback, you got to like that, Kyle. You got to like that.
I do like it's a.
You like that?
You like that?
You like that?
You like that? It's a very Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre type of situation. I don't know. Having Penix sit for that long, though, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I guess now we'll talk about something that I noticed, and maybe there's a little bias here because I'm a New York Giants fan, but the New York Football Giants didn't do what everybody thought they were going to do, and Dylan Zielinski was cheering his name in the room with me when we were watching, and that was take J.J. McCarthy. They did not. They went with Neighbors, and they're going to stick with Daniel Jones, and I think it's a good move. I'm not a huge fan of Daniel Jones, right? I think he's not that guy. He's not that guy. But this is his last year of guaranteed money with the New York Giants. You give him this year, see how he does, and if he blows it with a weapon and no more excuses, gonzo.
I mean, you kind of said it exactly how it has to be there. He has 1 year left to prove himself. He's had plenty of time to prove himself. Proved he's not worth $40 million a year so far. That's all I think he's proved up to this point in his career. But like you said, as a wise man once said, my father, a great receiver can make a bad QB look good. But the thing is, you can't go forward with him. Even though Neighbors is a fantastic talent, Daniel Jones isn't the guy, like you said. There's no good draft quarterbacks next year either.
No.
But guess that comes to my picking. Dylan, our AP, who you'll see later on tonight's show. This one's especially for you. I picked this one out just for you. What were the Bills doing? They trade their pick away to the Kansas City Chiefs. They gave them Tyreek Hill 2.0. They gave them Tyreek Hill 2.0. Tyreek torched them. The Chiefs torched the Bills the entire time they had Tyreek. They torched him without Tyreek. They give him the replacement. I mean, 72 yards a game, 5 touchdowns, 75 receptions. What are the Bills doing? Are they selling?
The only thing that I'm going to give to the Bills here is I don't think Worthy really fits in their scheme of play style with Josh Allen. Like, I don't think he's a really good fit in Buffalo. But why give it to the Chiefs? I mean, that is your biggest enemy. And
they traded their first-round pick for it.
Why would you do that? And then I don't understand the trade and trading the value to the Chiefs, but I understand not taking Worthy. I get that.
I get the Bills not, like you said, Bills not taking it, but trading that pick's rough.
As a big boy, Kyle, I could talk about big boys too. And the Cincinnati Bengals, they need to protect Joe Burrow. We all know that. I mean, that guy is banged up. Looks like he's going to be Andrew Luck. But they take Amarius Mims as their first rounder. He only played 8 games in college. Kyle, I don't know if it's just me, dude, but that sounds like a reach. 8 games?
It's a huge reach. I mean, I don't care if the dude started on Georgia. I really don't care. 8 games. 8? That doesn't prove anything. And you have dudes like Paris Johnson who are still on the board. You have so many better linemen on the board. And then they take that? He hasn't, like you said, he is a rookie if there has ever been a rookie. He hasn't proved that he can stand up and even play an entire season. He played 8 games in college. What's an NFL season? 17? He's going to play more in the NFL in a season than he did his entire college career.
By the halfway point.
Literally about the halfway point. I wish I could get a job to do absolutely and do nothing beforehand.
I wish.
But that brings me up to my last crazy moment of the draft. I thought more funny than crazy, but Sean Payton baiting the Minnesota Vikings to take JJ, goes up, makes it look like he's going to move up to try to take McCarthy. He knew he was taking Bo Nix the entire time. Taking him at 12 is already crazy enough as it was. They could have got him later in the draft. But they made Minnesota go up and take that trade to get that draft pick. They could have got him either way. They would have got him anyways, but Sean Payton with a little bit of toying on the field.
I do like to see that. I do like to see the toying. But yeah, that's a reach. To take Bo Nix that early is a bit of a reach.
Oh, it's 100% a reach.
That was another one that had me scratching my head. But I mean, if you're Denver, you got a quarterback now. Bo Nix is not bad. Is he as good as you make him sound to be? I don't think so. But I think he is a dog, and I think he's going to do very well in Denver. But I think it's a bit of a reach.
Yeah.
But I do like to see Sean Payton absolutely messing with the Vikings. That was great. That was awesome.
It was, like you said, though, 12 second-round talent, yes. 12, no.
All right, well, that means I only got one more pick because we can't talk about football all night, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, so in the first round of the NFL draft, there were only 9 defensive players taken. That is an NFL draft record low. And Kyle, we came in talking about all the offensive players. It was an offense-heavy draft. We knew that. Quarterback talent, wide receiver talent, tight end talent, O-line talent. It was all there. And there's not like there was no good defenders in the draft, but it was such an offensively star-powered draft that it's not a huge stunner, but it is crazy to see an all-time low.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of really good defensive backs on the board that they just didn't take it around. Cooper DeJean, perfect example. Yeah, he was hurt. Dude was a dog at Iowa. He was probably the best defensive back prospect there was.
Some people got really upset. Like, I had a friend that sat in the room and he was cheering DeJean, and he started crying when they didn't take him. It was upsetting. You know?
Like, I get that there was a lot of offensive talent in this draft. Don't get me wrong. But you can't win without defense. And have these teams that are taking offensive players.
Wins
their
championships.
Defense
wins championships.
Like, even the Bengals, yes, they need to protect Burrow, and they took a horrible pick with it. But their defense is trash, too. It makes no sense.
It does not. But that's it for me and Kyle talking about football for the last time. But don't go anywhere. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, it's time to talk about
the Yankees. It's all about the Yankees.
Stick around. We'll be right back here on WTOP 10.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Kyle, show.
Oh, we got to do it. Welcome back to the Kenny and Kyle experience for one last time, sadly. But we're going to take a look around the MLB, and of course, specifically, who else but the Yankees. The Yankees started off hot this season as the best team in the MLB, but inevitably, they cooled down after some time as the offense struggled to get on the board. However, that changed quite dramatically as the Yankees had put up 36 runs through their series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Kenny, the Yanks are red hot right now, and they might be the most dominant team in baseball when they are on. But we've seen how that goes. They're a very off and on team. So what can the Bronx Bombers do to make sure this isn't another failed season?
I mean, simply put, keep putting bats on balls. It's simple as that. I mean, you could see the standings here. It's a tough division. I mean, the Rays, seriously, a last-place team, they're going to get in the playoffs one way or another. So it's a tough division to play baseball in. And, I mean, they put up 30 runs in 2 games. All I'm saying is the Yankees are undefeated when they score 15-plus runs in a game. So if they can keep putting up 15-plus runs in a game, the Yankees are going to be fine. Although I have a Mets hat on, too, which is weird. It's a Syracuse Mets, but they got to hide that. I'm not trading, no.
And I mean, the Yankees just on fire right now. 15-2 back-to-back games. Giancarlo Stanton grand slam. Rizzo had his 300th home run of his career today. Rizzo and Volpe too with a blast. I mean, they're on fire. But we're gonna take a look around the American League as well, where some surprising teams are leading the charge. The Orioles were in the lead of the AL East today before the Yankees took that win over the Brewers. And the Guardians in the Central. Kenny, taking a look at the standings, what really sticks out to you?
I'm going to say the Guardians. I mean, they're on top. Clearly they're on top. So they're a good team. And the Royals as well, also strikingly high.
Which last year, Royals, awful team last year. Just terrible. But like you said, the Guardians, I mean, they are a really young team and they have been on the come up lately. But to have them 19-9, top of the MLB essentially, I did not see that one coming.
Look at the Twins.
Yeah, the Twins last year, great team. And then if we take a look at the AL West as well, I mean, the AL West it's even crazier.
Oh!
Who's at last?
Oh!
Who's that at last?
Who's crazy now?
Who's that at last?
Who's crazy now? Who's crazy now?
Makes my heart to see the Houston Astros.
I said they were going to be in third place. I said they're going to be in third. They're in last. This makes me so happy. Who's crazy now, Kyle?
You're not crazy, but even the Athletics, A's, they're in third, and they are awful. They are a poverty franchise, and they're sitting at third. I mean, I don't know how this season is wrapped out. I mean,
baseball.
We have so much time still in the season. I mean, it's only a month in, so much will change. But we're going to toss it over to break real quick. And when we come back, we're going to have Cookin' and Crazy per usual. And we have a special guest coming on in our AP, Dylan Zielinski. So don't go anywhere just yet.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
Did you know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer with that one.
Broadcast
Look
news.
at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
This guy.
What are you looking at?
Someone missed the
What are
memo.
you looking at?
Welcome back in for the final block of the Kenny and Kyle experience. Kyle, our time is winding down here, but your time is winding down here. My time is not, and I'm going to have somebody else with me next year taking over the show. And oh boy, it's Dylan Zielinski. Dylan, introduce yourself to the people at home.
Yeah, I'm Dylan. I'm really excited to join the show. Yeah, apparently I'm a delusional Bills fan, but I mean,
he is.
This guy over here likes the Patriots, and
yeah, I got a lot of rings in my lifetime.
Go Go Giants! Go Giants! Yeah, Daniel Jones!
Daniel Jones! Oh, Drake May!
Well, we are here for our final time of doing cooking or crazy. And gentlemen, we haven't even picked a topic yet. I'm not going to lie to everybody at home, but I'm going to pick it right now. We're going to do something different in sports. And I think it fits with the theme that we have going on here today. We're going to do the best vacation spot in the world. Your dream vacation, the best place to go if you had unlimited amount of money. Anywhere to get there, where you going? So we're going to do that. Kyle, we'll just go around the table. Kyle, you, then me, and we'll discuss afterwards. Kyle, or Dylan, you
These are
you know.
specifically crazy. Okay, all right. I got an idea. I got an idea. Don't worry about
Make it a little weird.
Okay.
Syracuse, New York.
What?
What?
No.
Wow. Go Mets.
No, I'm gonna say the mountains of Tennessee. Go out to the Smoky Mountains. I love the beach. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge beach guy. I've been to Aruba, been to Maryland a few times. Love the beach. I'm an island boy. There's nothing like the mountains. You go up in those mountains, you see the Great Smokies, the sunrise coming over them. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see.
I mean, me personally, I don't own a Hawaiian shirt. Riley, thank you for this. It kind of fits my vibes. It's fitting with what I'm going to take here. I am a sucker for Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach, it's awesome. There's so many things to do. The beach itself is beautiful. The ocean's right there. I've stayed in campsites down there. I've stayed in hotels. I've gone with my family year after year after year, and I've always said Myrtle Beach is my vacation spot of choice. It's awesome. You get to do, I've done parasailing there. I've done like the swimming with the dolphins and going dolphin watching and things like that.
Swimming with
and
dolphins is sick.
Yeah,
That is
it's
sick.
just, it's awesome. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Myrtle Beach. Plus, I tan really well. I
Same.
I come back.
I can tell. I'm very tan.
I'm gonna go with Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach.
I'd say it probably leaves an.
I was in North Carolina, but yeah, Myrtle Beach. That's my choice.
Some great golf down there. It's just
Yeah.
it's expensive, but beautiful courses down there, man.
So here's my take. Since you guys kind of went a little light here, I'm gonna go with. I'll try to get a little crazy here. This vacation.
What do you mean? I said Syracuse.
Of sorts.
I was gonna say Russia.
Shoot. This vacation is cheap. Actually, it's pretty much free. You don't have to do anything. You can relax and enjoy yourself. It's called a staycation. You stay home. You do whatever you do with your activities. That's not up to me. But there's nothing better than a free vacation of me plopping my rear end on a couch. I'm going to say staycation is the way to go.
Dude, you can do that like
As a
any
broke
day after
college
work.
kid.
I mean, like,
as a broke college kid,
I'm a broke college kid and I went on like a spring break. Like, that didn't stop me. I didn't.
it's not my fault.
So
you
did
guys
you.
took- it's not my fault you guys took cop-out answers. I thought this was cooking or crazy, not learn a lot about Dylan.
Okay. Wow. Like I said, I was gonna say Russia, and I'm like, but
I don't know. I can't go with the staycation, dude. If I get a week off, the last thing I'm doing is staying in Oswego, New York. That's the last thing I'm doing.
If I were to give something that's not cooking or crazy, I would say Milan. I'm gonna go to Milan.
Ooh, Milan. Okay.
Milan is my actual my dream vacation.
You
If
still
we're
said
going
your
off
couch.
of
You still said
See,
your
if
for
we're
the sake of the show, staycation, but realistically, Milan.
absolute dream. I mean,
All right.
Ibiza.
We only got a minute 30 here
do
left.
only
All
got a
right,
minute left.
Patsy. Yeah! No way!
No, we got fleeced. We just got fleeced so hard. No, that is awful.
I'm doing anything.
No, you're gonna sit on your couch with
I'm
your
just
chips and
gonna
rock.
lay in my bed.
Of course you would say.
We're
the
gonna
couch,
get
Kenny.
copyrighted.
Of course you'd say the couch. Kenny.
Of
Of course you'd say the
All right,
couch.
Kyle, this is it. Last minute.
This is it.
This is the goodbye ginger.
Well, you're gonna catch me monologuing over here real quick, but I mean, it's been.
That's it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, cut him off.
Good
It's
night.
done. No, I mean, it's been 3 years doing OPs here, commentating, doing a lot of different stuff here. Couldn't be more thankful for all the opportunities that everyone here gave me. I've learned a lot. Met some really, really cool people, except Kenny. Don't like him. He's eh. But the faces. Can we clip Kenny's face real quick? Can we clip Kenny's face?
Not a good guy. Not a good guy.
No, but I just want to thank everybody for it. Thank my parents for making this possible by allowing me to go to school here, and I don't know, just love this station, and it was a great 3 years.
Kyle, I'll miss you, buddy. Dylan.
Passing the
It's
torch.
going to be a ride next
Yes, it
year.
will.
The torch.
Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
joining
you.
the Kenny and Kyle experience all semester long. Have a great night. And me and Dylan will see you guys next semester.
Oh, boy.